Happy smiling faces all around Shanghai. Not one game, incidentally, as yet in this World Cup has gone to extra time, or certainly not to penalty kicks. I wonder if that could happen today. These players know each other pretty well. No side has ever won the World Cup without conceding a goal, but that achievement is within the compass of Germany, who have registered 19 times without once giving away a goal. And Sylvia Knight has the luxury of being able to choose the team that's done her proud. Melanie Behring has overcome a thigh injury, takes her place on the left of midfield, and captain Birgit Prinz has played against Brazil 5 times and scored 5 goals. The Brazilians were so good in seeing off the United States by a record margin. The coach has left all 11 on for the full 90 minutes of that match, and not surprisingly chosen the same 11 for duty again today. Marta, with 7 goals already, is on the verge of winning the golden shoe and probably the golden ball to go with it. She is the World Footballer of the Year. And there is Sylvia Knight, and she will be such a proud German today. Scored the first goal for her country ever in the World Cup finals. She scored the World Cup's 100th goal in 1995. And Jorge Barcelos there, he doesn't have a great pedigree as a player, although it took him to Japan in his career. But he did take the under-19s, under-20s to 3rd place in Russia last year. And now he's brought the seniors to the final. Familiar names amongst the substitutes, especially Katia of Brazil, who was a regular 4 years ago, and Minute, number 13 for Germany, who was in the final team 4 years ago as well. 4 goals in 5 matches at this World Cup for former Footballer of the Year, and there is the current world's best number 1 player. Number 10, Marta. She scored 5 goals in a game against Canada only a couple of months ago, and she's had 3 doubles at this World Cup. She certainly hit USA for 2 in the last round. And a big day for Tammy Oxton in her 3rd World Cup herself. And the World Cup final of 2007 gets underway with Brazil in the possession. And this is Renata Costa, one of the youngest players at 21. To one of the older players, Tanya, who'll be 33 next Wednesday, with a slip by Kran. Not a slip in terms of a mistake, but a slip on the turf. And Tammy Oxton awards the first free kick the South Americans' way for Simone Lauder's foul. She's given away more free kicks than any other German player in this competition. It's rolled down the line by Daniela. And another slip there by a defender. Brazil have a chance as they move the ball around the edge of that area. Breaks to Renata Costa. To advance down the left, and she's certainly balked there by the defender Elena. And second free kick against the Germans. It's a pretty full house here in Shanghai, which is what you'd expect. This is not the biggest stadium, by the way, of the ones that have been used. Terrific stadiums as well in Tianjin and Wuhan and Chengdu, and also down in Hangzhou. I really have enjoyed this tournament, very much so. Daniela for Brazil. Kran decides to intercept rather than have got that ball through to the goalkeeper, who hasn't had a touch yet. In fact, neither goalkeepers had a touch of the ball, and we've been playing for exactly 2 minutes. Tanya in her 3rd World Cup finals. Drives it straight out. There will be nerves, but they will dissipate very shortly, I assure you. Lingor came across to get in a telling header, but it breaks for Daniela. And likewise for Lauder of Germany, who is the newest player in the first 11, selected by Sylvia Knight, winning only her 8th cap today, Simone Lauder. 21 years of age from Duisburg. This is Esther, who's been a real worker for the Brazilian cause. Now Tanya. Christian can't retain the possession, and now Birgit Prinz, used to big occasions, and takes a tumble under the challenge of Formiga. Prinz is a perfect build for a centre-forward, and probably the best centre-forward here. Brezhnev fires one in, it will be too high, it will be too wide. No goal for Germany yet today. How well Barcelos has done as the coach. Daniela is one of the real hits of this Brazilian side, and she tries to feed Marta through. It's all a bit frantic at the moment, just needs to settle. Esther. Well, that may have been another foul, but Marta wriggled away from it anyway and goes for goal with a shot and warms the fingers of Nadine Angerer. Well, we've seen Marta do that so many times, cut the ball in and then let fly. And she scored twice, of course, cutting in from the flanks in the semi-final victory over the United States of America. She didn't score there, and Prinz has got a ball through to Beringer. It'll break here for Garfrekis. Chance for Germany! The crowd roared, but it's the side netting. Good chance for Kirsten Garfrekis as well, who has 2 World Cup goals, one of them in this stadium. It sort of sliced off the outside of the boot, but it was a clear opening there for Germany. And she's a good finisher, Garfrekis, has 28 goals. Proves in 85 appearances now. Not bad for a wide player, 1 every 3 games. Christian has got that one through for Daniela, who allows it to get away from her. Garfrekis, the game is settling now. The Prince can't retain the possession. Renata Costa for Tanya. Really high skill factor with these 2 sides who've played some sublime football at times. Maicon, she was blocked off, and this will be a free kick. Another crowd are booing. Stegemann had to put in a challenge of some sort. Maicon, who managed to get 20 yards or so, has won a useful position here for Brazil. With 5 minutes gone, Daniela on the ball. Half a dozen yellow shirts, that's why they're known as the Canarinhas. Germany with just about everybody behind the ball as well. Angerer, remember, hasn't been beaten. She's not beaten here either, but it'll be picked up by Esther, and the yellow shirts can stay up. Now they will retreat. Esther, midfield player she's proved, and this is Daniela. We know she can shoot. Packs quite a punch. So does Christian here. Oh, and this is might be a yellow card. Stegemann's second foul in the space of 2 minutes, and it is. Oh, in fact, it's showing it's Garfrekis, not Stegemann. I thought Stegemann had reached out there, but it's seen as Garfrekis' foul. First caution of the match. Brazil winning surfeit of free kicks here. 4 already to Germany's 1, and Garfrekis is the first yellow of the final. Very early on as well, just 7 minutes gone by. As Daniela looks for an alternative to the free kick she took only about 2 minutes ago. Similar scenario. They've still got to beat this German goalkeeper, and might now. Oh, it only needed the faintest of touches. Formiga got the shot in. just needed a flick and Angerer would have lost her record. Good free kick, this one. The goalkeeper flying out, and she was almost punished. Formiga's shot, and it's just gone wide. Lauder for Germany, a spirited run from here, really good. I was talking about the high skill factor in this game and between these two sides, and that was a good example of it. Penetrative running from Simona Lauder, who's one of the future stars of this world game, without doubt. And learning a lot playing alongside the 31-year-old Renate Lingor, who's the leader of this German side in so many ways. Tanya for Brazil. As far as the German goalkeeper. Germany has not conceded a goal in the World Cup final since the actual final of 2003, when Sweden registered through Hanna Lundberg. And that's 538 minutes ago. An awful long time, in other words. But Brazil might have scored here already, and they're off and running now. With Marta, can they contain her? The word was they were going to put two on her. Lauder has made a good tackle here, and the response is a good one, because Beringer has the chance of crossing one in. She's still going, Beringer, and she spotted a run by Simona Lauder, but the Brazilians celebrate simply because of the fact they've cleared the ball through Formiga. There was danger there as Beringer, who had a thigh problem in the build-up to this game, got into the area. Entertaining contest. That was the challenge by Simona Lauder. It was a good one on Marta. Tanya. Forward, but that's frittered really, just given the possession back to the Brazilians, who strangely are not the South American champions. They lost that title for the first time ever when they were beaten by Argentina, the only match they've ever lost in qualifying. Germany are the European champions as well as the world champions. How much longer will they still be world champions tonight? That's the big question here in Shanghai. Smisek. The crowd's roaring here, and there's a very useful touch on the ball there from Hengst. Otherwise, Brazil might have been a goal ahead. Daniela manages to charge down Stegeman's clearance. A nice one, just about every honour, but it's her first finals as the #1 coach. She was #2 4 years ago. Prince has rolled the ball back for Lingor, who had spotted a run by Garfrekis. Nipped in the bud by this resilient Brazilian defence. Remember, they've conceded only 2 as well. We've been talking so much about the fact that Germany has not let in a single goal, and this is its 6th match, of course. The only time Brazil gave any goals away was in the latter stages against Australia, and they conceded twice, uncharacteristically. Alina. Might seem a curious fact to you, but Brazil are 8th in the world at the moment. Germany 2nd, behind the United States of America, who earlier tonight, in case you missed it, won the battle for 3rd place. They defeated Norway by 4 goals to 1, and there were a couple in there for Abby Wambach. Predictably, the Wombat will not be the top scorer at this World Cup. She has 6 goals. So does Ragnhild Gulbrandsen of Norway, but Marta, of course, has 7. And Birgit Prinz is the other player still out there with a chance of overhauling that, but she's got a long way to go. She scored 4 as Germany win a free kick. Lingor fouled by the extremely combative Esther. Goes from Kran, but that's a giveaway. Marta will chase here, but not too enthusiastically, because it should go back to the goalkeeper, Angerer, from the Turbine Potsdam club. It's Germany. Now it's Brezhnev, drives forward resolutely. It'll break for Lauder. Brezhnev again. It's a big chance for Smisek, and she's wasted a big chance. She's without a goal since the 3 she got here in the second half of the 11-0 slaughter of Argentina. But it's a lovely return ball to her, and she's curled it and should have scored. Lauder, Brezhnev, but Smisek misses. And she will know she should have celebrated her appearance in a second World Cup final. Germany may take encouragement from the fact that they've twice prized Brazil open. They have cut them up here. Christian through, and well played Angerer. Just came from her line in time. Gafrekis now. That's out. So it's still 0-0, Germany and Brazil, final of 2007 for the women footballers of the world, who are definitely getting better and better in terms of technique, and they've excited the fans in China, in fact there is no doubt. Christian, she's tricked Gafrekis, and Stegeman should just keep this one in. Christian, full of flicks and tricks, just like Marta. If it wasn't for Marta, we'd probably be saying that Christian's the best player in the world. Who's first to react? Tanya is. Brezhnev's clearance. Lingor, and it's Prinz. 4 yellow shirts around Birgit Prinz though. She still manages to retain the ball, and then a good old-fashioned shoulder charge to make sure that she doesn't get any further. That was from Formiga. And the ball will end up very safely here with Andrea. Just about the first time the Brazilian goalkeeper's touched it, and yet Germany has created 2 good openings for themselves, which they've not been able to take. There's no one that far forward in a yellow shirt. Birgit Prinz will always be a threat, but that really was a shoulder charge and a half from Formiga. Gafrekis already booked and involved in a little skirmish there, about which Christian doesn't complain. Sylvia Knight does. Sylvia Knight is not happy at all with referee Ogston. He came to remonstrate with her here. Christian, well, she took a bit of a wild swing. I think she felt that Christian had dived. Funny enough, it's something we were talking about earlier. We haven't seen much diving in this competition, unlike the men's game at times. Christian will get the corner for Brazil. And it is the first of the game, and it's taken almost 18 minutes in finding. Can they find a goal on the end of this one? The 28-year-old goalkeeper in her first World Cup final. She was number 2, remember, previously to Silke Rottenberg. Will be well covered here, though, by 9 white shirts. And then only Smisek left up front to run it out. It's inevitable it's going to come back because Germany just have no support there for Sandra Smisek. Always excitement when Daniela or Marta or Christian is on the ball, and this one is just going to go beyond Marta for Breznik to clear well onto the foot of Melanie Behringer. Forward to Birgit Prinz, who is stopped in her tracks very promptly by Alina. Well, we all say the first goal is important in any game of football, but I think it really is in this one. World Cup finals haven't produced many goals down the years. Never more than 3 in the women's game. And the earliest goal ever in a final was scored after 20 minutes by Michelle Akers of the United States of America. We've had almost that now. So unless somebody gets a goal in the next 40 seconds, she will keep that particular record. Expected to be competitive, and I'm amazed that Germany have been awarded the free kick there. It was Elena who appeared to be pushed over. Anyway, the free kick was given Germany's way, and out with the ball comes Annika Kran. She'll float it up there, only onto the head of Renata Costa. Back in, it doesn't get to Smisek. It does get now to Daniela. Esther. Marta, they've kept her quiet so far. She lost the ball there, and she's picked herself up and hobbling. Hobbling but not hurt. Kran's header straight up in the air. A very hopeful punt of it forward from Daniela. Now Linda Breznik from Essen. Smisek, curved pass out to Behringer. Here comes Gafrekis with the header. Did well to come in and meet the cross. Rarely going to score with that sort of an angle on it though. But she's tall and gets up nicely. Well, Marta knows she's going to be very heavily marked today, and she has been. And Smisek caught her there, but no free kick was given. Quickest World Cup final goal in history, because we're now 21 minutes into the match. Michelle Akers has still got her record. And Alina gives Behringer the slip, plays the ball down the line. It's in first time from Elena. And out as far as Lauder. Marta, first real chance. And, not one that she'll look back on with much fondness, that shot, I don't think. Look to be involved here again though, Marta, along with Christian. The two combine so well. This is a free kick against Simona Lauder, who is uncomplaining. And Brazil have already started. But how many white shirts there are over there? There's nobody for Formiga to give the pass to. Elena, good running from her with the ball as well. And there'll be another long-range effort. And Angerer will deal with those all day long, that's for sure. But once again, Formiga and the Brazilians always have this willingness to shoot and try their luck from anywhere. They certainly did against the United States to good profit. Formiga. Well played, Lingor. Ooh, a giveaway of the ball there from Brezunic, and they're on the back foot here. It might yet fall for the shot off the inside of the upright. How unlucky Daniela. She hasn't had any luck at all. Now fishes the header over the top. Well, she really is without luck at the moment. She's wearing a smile. She must have had 3 attempts against the United States. Oh, and that one, it's beaten Angerer, all ends up. Thumps against the upright, back it comes. And then when the cross is fired in, she was there again with the header, and it flew over the bar. So she's still on just the 1 goal, which was scored in it was the first goal in the 5-0 romp against New Zealand. Best moment of the match so far. No, but a giveaway here, and Garfrekis could yet get in for Germany. So switched it for Beringer, and it bounces off Beringer's knee and is out for the goal kick. And Barcelos, the Brazilian coach, comes to remonstrate here. Not surprisingly. Lauder. Christian. Away goes Marta. She's got herself one-on-one here. It's Marta. It's still Marta. And still an Angerer gets her hand to the ball. It's out for a corner kick. No, it's out for a goal kick according to the officials. Marta's brilliance, the first glimpse of it here. And she goes in, and that should have been a corner. Ball came off Angerer. So Brazil have been denied a goal with the shot from Daniela, which thumped against the post, and now denied a corner as well that they should have had. Let's not be too critical of the assistant referee over there, because it must have been a very awkward one to see from that angle. Bodies everywhere. How unlucky is Daniela, the 23-year-old from the Saab club? She's unlucky against the United States on at least 3 occasions when she might have scored. And again there, she has a ferocious shot. It's 0-0 in this match, with 25 minutes played. And Smisek taking up the possession, then losing out. Here goes Esther. Stegemann. Cross for Beringer. The Brazilians are right on the job at the moment though, and Formiga. Beringer the tackle. The crowd felt that should have been a free kick as well. So it enables Lauder for Germany to be forward here, wriggling and writhing into positions, and the play goes on. Well, it's lifting the crowd. Oh, it's a really poor ball played out of defence, for which Renata Costa apologises. Had a great chance of a break there, Brazil. Hingst needs some treatment. She's coming over as play continues, and Hingst is off the field of play at the moment. Oh, what's she doing here? Renata Costa getting herself into all sorts of problems against Garfrekis, who's very capable of taking advantage. Just got a glimpse of Hingst down on the touchline there, receiving treatment. There have been chances in the game. Brazil a bit of post, but it's still 0-0. Concern about Ariana Hingst on the touchline. Well, who plays a club football in Sweden, Djurgården. They have a natural replacement in Sandra Minnaert. Hingst is back on. focused on their game, these players, and Christian runs it straight out. Two players taking risks, and the Germans in particular, which is very uncharacteristic. And in the end, Angerer surely will get the ball up to halfway. Before time, their supporters would have said there. Unnecessary pressure. Beringer might take advantage of Elena's lapse here. There are so many mistakes being made, and Barcelos, the Brazilian coach, is flapping his arms around like a penguin down there. He's going crazy because they are making a lot of mistakes. And funny enough, that was his comment before this game, that the team that makes the fewest mistakes will win. Well, they both made mistakes in the last minute there. They are both trying to play good football. It is Tania now, who lofts one up there, and it's over the head of the first defender, not the second. The boot is on there, yes, the referee agrees. The boot was very high. A bit of a new around the stadium as the giant screen replayed that and saw Stegeman's head making contact with the boot. Hopefully it didn't hurt. Gafrex straight off her head and out of play. Angerer wants to keep her record, but she wasn't happy about some of those back passes she managed to deal with. Anyway, she's got through 30 minutes of this match without conceding, which makes it 559 minutes in all, and we're 15 minutes away from half-time at 0-0. Tania. Formiga. Stegeman intervenes to make sure the ball doesn't get all the way as far as Christian. He will now receive, however, from the throw from Maicon. Esther. They play the ball around so well, both teams do. And Maicon into Christian, spotted by the German defence, in which Kran has been excellent. She didn't play in the first game here, but the injury in that match to Sandra Minnaert gave her her chance, and how well she's taken it. Down on the touchline, giving vocal encouragement to her players there, clapping her hands. Not that they need any encouragement in a World Cup final, I don't think. All up for this one as Prince tries to rob Tania. And then Alina, captain of Brazil, could she be holding that trophy aloft tonight? It will break to Alina. Amazingly, the centre-back is the furthest forward and was almost tripped there, and it's out eventually for a Brazilian corner. Well, Alina looked as though she didn't know quite what to do. What on earth was she doing up there, the furthest forward in the penalty area? Just the way to develop the attack. And in the end, they have to settle for a corner kick, which is second Brazil. No, they haven't. It's given us a goal kick. A free kick, maybe. Get there in the end. Free kick. Great change of mind. Smisek. Free kick awarded Smisek's way by Tammy Oxton against Alina, who found herself in foreign lands a moment earlier. Linger to take this one. And quickly she pokes it out as far as Stegeman, who'll loop it up there. Oh, and a miss of the ball completely by Elena. Doesn't matter because it means it goes out for a goal kick. But Coach Barcelos is very, very unhappy down on the touchline. He's seen some truly uncharacteristic errors from his back players in particular, which as yet have gone unpunished. And Elaine now puts it up there to Marta. By and large, they've kept Marta quiet. One super run into the penalty area. It should have yielded a corner for her. And, it's Alina who comes out with the ball. Very, very tall defender from the Saltos club. The only match she didn't feature in was the one against Denmark, where the coach made a couple of changes. Well, Stegeman's played, and she's one of those nominated for the award, the Golden Ball, as player of the tournament. So is Prince, so is Lingor on the German side, and predictably Marta and Cristiana Formiga for Brazil, all nominees. And there is Formiga, and here she is once more. It's Lingor who stops her in her tracks and takes a crack on the ankle. Renata Lingor, she was out of form earlier in the year. She sort of had to win her place back. But, see a bit of anguish on her face there. Both she and Inkster had to have treatment in this first half. Here in Shanghai, where 10 minutes before half-time, it's a scoreless match. Louder. Oh, Marta. And running and rolling and tricking and finding Christian. The ball in is useful, and it might still be picked up by Marta. The goalkeeper has a mistake, has a big decision to make, and Marta's cross is headed away by Stegeman. Well, it was another scary moment for the German fans in the crowd. Angerer seems to have fortune on her side most of the time. In the game against North Korea that she was particularly lucky when a rebound off the defender Breznik, where she would have been left absolutely helpless, went about a foot wide of the post. A bit credit the goalkeeper with the fact that on her 54th appearance she still hasn't been beaten in this World Cup. 5 and almost a half matches. Formiga has that ability to turn on the ball and shield it at the same time. Renata Costa, scorer of one brilliant goal in these finals. Brazil with 60% of the possession, and they have created the better openings. It's where the mistakes are being made, where people dwell a little on the ball. Garfrekis, Lingor, this is where they're dangerous. Louder, it's wide. And the referee is having very strong words at this moment with Formiga. No card, just a rebuke. But it's a well contested game, which is definitely in the balance. Both sides wanting to play the ball around on the ground and play good football and thrill the fans here. Stegeman has been one of the best right back in the tournament. Lingor here for Garfrekis, who has scored her goals here very impressively. That was the second goal she got against Argentina, where she made a brilliant run into the heart of the penalty area to get on the end of Stegeman's cross. Andrea also had an enviable record in this World Cup. One of those who was in the side that went to the Olympic Games final, only to be beaten Catania. Looking for the run from Christian, which was made, but Stegeman had read it. Gafrekis. Smisek won't find this one at her feet. Formiga for Brazil. 7 minutes before the break. Lina. Nesta. He's one of the most improved players at this World Cup. As soon as you say that, she loses the ball to Lauder, who then fouled Cristiani without doubt. Daniela, who hit the post earlier, might look for a return ball here. Couldn't feed it through though and keep the momentum of the move going. It is now with Marta, who loses out to Lingor and fouls her. Lingor, remember, got a crack on her shin a few minutes ago. Could struggle if she gets many more. Marta, of all players, the one to take her out. The Brazilians look at their most dangerous when Daniela is moving forward and looking to play little 1-2s. You can see Lingor already has strapping. And they need some more. She's a key, influential player for Germany as well. Looks like continuing though. The midfielder from Frankfurt, the same club that Smisek and Prince play for. Gafrekis, 4 Frankfurt players in this starting 11. Hingst offside here. The referee waits to see what develops and then gives the free kick. 5 minutes from half-time. The Germans have actually scored goals in the closing minutes of the first half on a couple of occasions and really taken the game by the scruff of the neck after that. Smisek will work it back here for Stegeman. Long for Beringer, who's been very quiet in the last 15 minutes or so. Barely had a touch of the ball, I would say. Kept in by Elena. And now Alina. One side of the field to the other from Renata Costa. Space seems to be extremely limited right now as Lauder commits another sin right in front of the referee as well. She's fortunate for me, Simone Lauder, not to have had a yellow card in this game. That's at least the 3rd foul she's committed. Costa. Simply Renata if you prefer it. Prince, back to Lingor, clearly recovered from the knock, running freely. Lauder took a fraction too long there. And Formiga looks up, surely the only ball on for it is the one out to the touchline. No, it's not. Daniela instead. Christian, who's got fed up of playing down the left and has switched over to the right for the time being. So it's going to be another low-scoring final by the look of it, which is a bit of a disappointment after the average is well over 3 goals per match here. Formiga will get a corner, I think, from this though. The assistant referee runs over there to indicate so. And it will be Marta, it will be the left foot that she'll use, and Brazil will have at least 5 in the penalty area for it. Daniela poised just outside it, and she can thump them in. Germany not intent to give a goal away right now. Although it's Elena here. Maicon asks for the ball, gets it. Elena juggling, has done really well. Oh, needs to get the shot through. And Daniela, hers is blocked. They keep asking questions of this German defence, and every time they ask a question, they get an answer. No way in. Lauda brings Germany out. I did mention earlier that we could have our first match going to extra time in these finals here. Foul by Marta. Trying just a bit too vigorously there to win the ball off Breznik. Marta now, oh, and she allows the ball to get away from her, and it ran through to Hingst. Ariane Hingst, winning her 140th cap. She's the only one of the German side who plays outside of the Bundesliga, by the way. She plays in Sweden, as does Marta, so they'll know each other pretty well. Maicon, one of the survivors of the last World Cup tilt from the Brazilians, who have finished 9th, 3rd in 1999 and 5th in their 4 previous campaigns. It's a good ball in, and she's taken it down, and Marta is just foiled by the backtracking Kran. But Brazil will have one last chance in this half, because the 4th official will hold up a board saying 60 seconds to go, and nod of the head from Mayumi Owa. And can Brazil do what nobody's done in this World Cup as yet, and score a goal against Germany in those remaining 60 seconds? Can you imagine if this was in the 90th minute? 45 at least still to go. As the corner is drilled across there and gets through, but the final effort is a weak one from Elena, who scored a few goals in the qualifiers. She got 3 in fact from fullback. Well, I suppose they create a lot of chances. And the Brazilians often take the likes of Colombia and Bolivia for a few goals. Referee Ogston says that will do it. That's the first 45 gone, 45 to come. No goals scored. Daniela thumped her shot against an upright. Marta, we've seen a couple of glimpses of her brilliance. As for the Germans, Smisek wasted their best chance. Angerer still hasn't conceded a goal, now in 574 minutes. And Prinz hasn't had a shot, hasn't had a glimpse of one in this game as yet. And all of that is why we have a scoreline here in Shanghai in the bid to win that particular prize of Germany 0, Brazil 0. Welcome back to Shanghai. The 2007 World Cup final is perfectly poised. It's still Germany 0, Brazil 0. 45 minutes certainly to go. Possibly another 30 after that if it goes to extra time. And of course, the possibility of a penalty shootout exists. Now we have 45 minutes here to go. Renata Lingor, who's had a bit of treatment no doubt in the dressing room for that crack on the shin she took, into Beringer, breaks for Lingor again. Prinz now, she might get a first shot, she'll slip it wide to Brezhnev, and Brezhnev in the first minute of the half, it's a mistake back there, but the ball skids away off the toe end of the defender. Alina straight back to Andrea. Well, we had a goal in the first minute of the second half of the third-fourth playoff match for the United States from Abby Wambach, who now, by the way, sitting right behind me in the VIP area up here. The American side are all in there enjoying this final. Some of them reunited with their families, and they enjoyed taking third place, even though they'd have preferred to be playing in this match. They won it comprehensively, 4-1 against Norway. We await the first goal of this final. The first ever final was won by the United States against Norway, so they had a rerun of that game earlier. And Norway themselves won the second final against Germany. The United States successful in 1999, and then of course 4 years ago Germany beating Sweden in extra time 2-1. Looking here to become the first team ever to win consecutive finals, and they have a free kick. There was a push. Push on Smisek by Renata Costa. Smisek stays on the deck. And if she has to go off on the stretcher, it means that she can't come back until she gets the official's permission. So they're all wasting their time in that penalty area, marking one another for the time being, because it's going to take a little while here to sort this one out as to whether Smisek continues or has to go off. The decision is she goes off for the moment. A few knocks in this game. This was about the fourth German player to need treatment. Lingor certainly has done. And it will be Lingor with the free kick. Germany look for a breakthrough here in the third minute of the second half in Shanghai. Prinz is the furthest one away. And it's whipped in hard and low and over the top. No joy for Beringer. She is two-footed, Melanie Beringer. It gets too much elevation into this final effort. Could have gone anywhere, that ball, in fairness. Kran had looked to make a breakthrough, and then Beringer fires it high. Brazil come out intact, but give the ball away there. Danger could yet materialise. Been quite a lot of mistakes made in this game from both sides, but neither has capitalised. Tanya now. A roar goes up when Marta's on the ball, and she looks up to see where to play it, and she decides on Daniela. Oh, dearie me, there's a collision of three players here. Angerer goes down holding her face. Daniela's down as well, and so was Stegemann involved. A three-player collision. Daniela had a right to go for the ball. Her knee actually catches the goalkeeper, Angerer. Stegemann went piling in too. The referee's job contains many components, and here she has to decide whether there was any foul play on behalf of Daniela, who got hurt. Stegemann, I don't think, had great involvement there. Daniela certainly has to leave the field of play for the moment. I don't think there are going to be any cautions here. Just checks the goalkeeper's all right. She is. Seen it all before. A bit bruised, a bit battered occasionally. And the crowd is getting a bit restless and impatient for a goal in the final. Daniela awaits permission to return to the field of play. Prince slips it into Lauder. Baring has made a run here. Edge of the area, blocked off for the time being, and flicked away to safety. Christian finds herself back in the right full-back position, curiously. Lingor. Maybe it will be via one of those mistakes I was talking about that a goal comes eventually in this game. I'd like to see one early in the second half, because I think that will give us a really good final then. But for the moment, they're just trading blows. Lingor took that free kick quickly, almost too quickly though, because nobody else in a white shirt was on the same wavelength. They are now, because she's passed the ball over to Stegemann. Stegemann rolls it into Smisek, who checks, brings it back, it's Prinz, and Birgit Prinz scores the first goal of the 2007 final. Her 5th goal of the World Cup, her 115th in her glorious career, her 14th World Cup goal in all, and her 6th in 6 appearances against Brazil. You can talk about statistics, but there's only one Birgit Prinz in world football. How well did Smisek do? Turning, checking, stroking the pass, and Prinz's effort beats Andrea for the world champions to have a real chance of retaining their crown now. Germany 1, Brazil 0, and it is former World Footballer of the Year Birgit Prinz who gets the crucial goal. And that's how they celebrate German style, but they know there's a long way to go in this game yet. And it does give us a game, because that goal came on 52 minutes, and that means that Brazil have 38 minutes left in which to redress the balance. Smisek's there again. Hingst for Germany. Lingor. Interesting the way the Germans play now. They'll try and find a second goal maybe here with Beringer. And still, she's found her way past Elena. Now Ali for Daniela. To Marta. And the Germans are astonishing in finals. They all seem to time it just right and get their game on song. They peak. Brezhnev. Germany 1, Brazil 0 to the 2007 final as its first goal. I suppose if you were putting money on anybody, you would have put it on either Prinz of Germany or Marta of Brazil, or maybe Christian. It was Prinz. Funnily enough, in the warm-up before the game, I was watching the Germans, and they were practicing their shooting, and Birgit Prinz missed an absolute sitter. Here goes Marta for Brazil. Can she get the equaliser here? Down she goes. There is no foul. She curses. And she's angry with herself, I think, not with the referee. I think she's angry with herself there, Marta. No, she might have done better. Oh, what a match we'd have had again then if Brazil had levelled. We still have a match. Lauder for Germany. Ooh, loses out to Esther. 4 Brazilians up here in this attack. Esther will be pursued by the outstanding Stegemann. who hasn't put a foot wrong in the entire tournament. Maybe losing the ball there, that's just going to serve as a little warning, a note of caution to the Germans. Formiga. Stegemann whacks it away. The day after her 30th birthday, and she has a great chance of celebrating belatedly now. Oh, nicely done, Renata Costa. What skill that was. He continues the flow of the movement with a pass to Elena. Brezhnev. It's a giveaway to Renata Costa. A few little individual scrambles and squabbles going on here. We're asking Beringer if she's okay, and she tells Tammy Oxton she is. Christian. Throwing. The Brezhnev certainly come of age in this tournament, 35 caps now. She's been substituted in the last 2 games by Minute. I wouldn't be surprised to see Minute come on at some stage as Daniela just can't get through. So is 1 goal going to be enough for Germany here, for Birgit Prinz? What a record, 14 goals in the World Cup. She hadn't scored in her last 2 matches, so I suppose it was inevitable she'd get one today by law of averages. Got a hat-trick here on this ground against Argentina, so it's going to become one of her favourite venues, I'm sure. That's a free kick for Brazil. She also scored in the victory over Japan. Maicon to take on Stegemann, and has got the better of Stegemann. What the few has done in this World Cup. Now Marta, now Daniela. Germany just will not give in, they will not relent. So they try a different route with a high ball met by Brezhnev, only as far as Formiga. Now Elena. She's going to get Christian in. Here she goes now. And Daniela. It's a foul, it's a free kick. The 3rd goal that Brazil has conceded in the entire World Cup, and Beringer showed nice skills there, and Smisek, who set up the goal, she'll be well pleased by that, especially she was the one who really wasted a great chance early in the match of scoring. Gafrekis. Stegemann. Germans build nicely, involving Lauder. It's a yellow card for Daniela. He's unhappy, to say the least. Second caution of the game. Gafrekis got the other one. Brezhnev's just had a bit of treatment off the pitch, but she's back on now, as Germany looks to add to its advantage, given them by their greatest goal scorer of all time, and she's one of those up here for this. But that's a fine catch from Andrea. And a fine clearance as well. It's Marta, and if she gets away here, there could yet be something on for Brazil. It's Marta, and Hingst has just about put her off. Well placed, Ariana Hingst, who is hobbling though. And the German bench will notice that. Hingst is holding her back. It's almost like a sciatic problem she appears to have. Smisek to Prince. Prince to feed it through here to Gafrekis, and it's corner. The game just opening up a little. When Marta got away down the right touchline there, you felt something might just be on for Brazil. But Hinks did excellently. She really has taken over the mantle from Steffi Jones, who retired earlier this year. If Germany can get a second goal, of course, it may be all over. That's what they're looking for now, and Brazil are going to make a substitution shortly. Anyway, it's in here now. Oh, it's flashed wide. Annika Krahn up there. She scored in the quarter-final victory, her first ever international goal, and she might have repeated the feat there. Well, the goal she did get came off some part of the anatomy that we won't talk about, and that one wasn't a convincing effort either. Marta. Down the left goes Maicon, ahead of her goes Christian. Here she is now, Christian. A lot of yellow shirts up around now. Esther. Formiga. There wasn't much pace on the pass, but Elaine has made something of it. Will she cross it in here? Yes, she will. Oh! It was a bit of a push by Krahn as Daniela went down. Krahn hobbling and Marta complaining bitterly there. It's going to be Rosanna who comes on from Neulumbeck. Smisek prodding it into the path of Prince. Whips one across, Angerer. Well done by the goalkeeper. Kalfrekis was there to gobble up anything that was spilled by the Brazilian. Daniela now. Foiled by Lauder, who worked so hard for the German cause. How well she's done there, Simone Lauder. It's through the goal scorer, Prince, but she doesn't control it this time. Yet again, the Germans have come out strongly at the start of a second half. They seem to have done that in just about every match. It's a brilliant ball in. It's Christian. That surely is a penalty. That surely is a penalty kick. And a yellow card as well for Linda Bresenik. And the crowd is getting excited now. Bresenik will be disconsolate. And Hinks says, look, don't worry about it. It's happened. Put it out of your mind. Referee Oxton awards the first ever penalty in a Women's World Cup final. And it will be surely Marta to take it. Clever ball in from Formiga. It split the German defence and Christian down. Bresenik took her out. Correct call from referee Tammy Oxton. And Marta will place the ball on the spot here for Brazil with the chance to equalise in the World Cup final. The chance to score her 8th goal of this World Cup and her 11th of all time. Brazil, by the way, have just taken off Esther to bring on Rosanna, but of far greater import is this spot kick. Is Nadine Angerer to be beaten for the first time in this World Cup final in the 64th minute after 593 minutes without conceding a goal? The world's greatest woman footballer of the moment is here to try and beat her, and she can't do. Angerer still has her record. And they will surround the 28-year-old goalkeeper. They will smother her with kisses, and Marta cannot get the equalising goal for the South Americans that they should have had. And it's so far not been her day. She has 47 international goals, but it was not a well-struck penalty. It was at a perfect height for the goalkeeper, and Nadine Angerer just adds to her reputation. And it's a moment to haunt Marta. It'll haunt her even more if Germany get a second now. But the Brazilian resolve is high. Oh, a free kick's awarded against them in the centre circle as Cristiana was away. Well, Marta had scored from 3 penalty kicks in previous World Cup ties in the finals. but she couldn't make it 4 out of 4. And is that going to be the critical moment of this match? She may be the greatest player in the world, but it's her error which enables Germany to retain its lead. Linger's dragged down now. That's another free kick against Brazil, for whom nothing is going right at the moment. They had their little dance of celebration before the game, but they need a break to Brazil. As Germany come to hunt out a second goal if they can get one. Lingor, clever free kick. The ball cut back in. Smisek, still danger to the Brazilians here. Not anymore. Smisek, a vital component in this German side. He still looks as calm as ever, doesn't he, Barcelos? But he knows his team should be right back in this final, on course to at least take it into extra time. They may yet, of course. You really do get the feeling that Nadine Angerer has all the gods smiling on her right now. And she's still on course for this record of becoming the first goalkeeper ever to keep clean sheets throughout a tournament. Marta wants to make up for that error. She's taking too long about this, but she has got the free kick. Don't think Kran's too pleased with the decision. Marta maybe doing a bit too much here. The ball had got away from her when Stegemann gave her a hearty shove in the back. Well, there is time for Brazil to hit back. To do that, they have to beat this woman. She's already set the record of 5 clean sheets in a row. Now she's intent on making that 6. So as Angerer waits, so do the likes of Marta, Christian, Renata Costa, Elena, Tanya, all in the penalty area. And here it comes in now! And I think that was off the post. Angerer's got a touch onto it though. Is she unbeatable or what? It was a perfectly struck free kick.
Ladies and gentlemen, the attendance of today's match is 31,000, all sold out.
Rosana couldn't beat Angerer, just like everybody else. Tanya now with a header in here. She got a fist on that. Tanya's created space. She's flicked it in. This is Christian. It's a cross. Well, it's an exciting final now, but with every skirmish and every second that ticks away, Germany is still on course. It was actually nowhere near Angerer, and it was nowhere near Elena at the end. It's not to say it wasn't a dangerous moment, though, for the Germans, who will look to hit on a break. That's exactly the pattern of the game now, and Prinz awaits in the centre. Here comes Beringer too. That was a push from Melanie Beringer. Driven cross field, that ball. Can't keep it in though. Rosana, who hit that free kick a moment ago really well. And Angerer only just scrambled it out. May have taken a touch off the upright as well. Gafrekis for Germany. Bound to the ball is crucial here. Beringer pressurising Andrea, bringing her down. 2 free kicks in a row against the 21-year-old. Figured in one of Germany's last triumphs, the World Under-19s in Thailand. Marta now. Is there anything left in her box of tricks? Fantastic football from Marta. Just overran it and Kran gets in there. But the crowd loving every single second of that little cameo. In a funny way, Marta will be even more determined now to make an impression on this final, having missed the penalty kick. It's with Christian, who won the penalty. And on she goes beyond Brezhnev. No, she doesn't. That's solid play. But than it is with Formiga. And another foul here, I think, by Bresnik, who suddenly looks a bit under pressure. She's conceded not just a penalty, but a free kick here now. A challenge on Formiga. A free kick to come from Daniela. Brazil ever more desperate for a goal with 20 minutes left. And Daniela fires it in. It's away, not very far. Alina couldn't control it after Kran got a touch on. There's going to be relentless pressure, I'm sure, from Brazil here as they bid for their first world crown in the women's game. Maicon and Germany will be happy just to try and sit back and then hit on a break. Interesting that Sylvia Naid has not yet made substitutions. Another crafty, classic touch from Marta. Stegemann now. A real powerhouse in this German team. Fires it across for Behringer. Renata Costa. Daniela. Marta's making a run. And so too was Christian. Daniela. Daniela still. And the ball bobbles off Marta. The first touch for once is not the best. Lauda, oh, it's opened up the space there, and Alina slipped, so Lauda tries to play Gafrakis in. Tanya. It's been a quality game. For all that there have been mistakes, but it's been good stuff. And it's been played at a terrific pace as well. Crown. So the Germans are allowing themselves to be sucked in just a little bit here. Daniela opens the door out for Rosana. Rosana now, can she become a hero? She'll try and get a crossover, but the combined efforts there of Kran and Stegemann make sure that Germany concedes only a corner. Brazil with 5 of those, and the Brazilian fans over there roaring their team on here. It's flicked away though by Prince. But make no mistake, this final is still very much alive. Marta. And she goes again. Andrea will just come and gather the ball in and roll it out here for Tanya. Everybody's up inside the German territory. Bresnik's header is straight to Behringer. Marta back to win the ball. She wants to be everywhere at the moment, Marta. She'll be inconsolable if Brazil lose. It's going to be seen as the perfect ending to the perfect year for her. World Footballer of the Year for the first time. Elena taking on Lauda, finding Christian, who's done brilliantly here. Finds the cross as well. Just above Rosana. Daniela, they were both up there. Still Brazil pour forward, but not anymore because there's a foul and a free kick. Crowd don't like that. Germany to make a switch, I thought that she would do, and it's going to be a bit of a talismanic figure coming on because Martina Müller, who scored the 100th goal of these World Cup finals, is replacing Melanie Behringer. And in the last 2 games, Müller has scored and won a penalty kick. So she is a striker, and she replaces a wide player. First switch by the Germans. Brazil have made 1-2. Not now, they made it earlier with Rosana coming on in place of Esther. Alina has to lope after this one. No panic yet for Brazil. They know that they've wasted a golden opportunity with that missed penalty kick after Cristiano was taken down by Linda Bresnik, who were the most relieved player around right now. Daniela foiled by Kran. Maicon. Now Alina. Muller has indeed slipped into a left-sided role. This one's fired cross-field. I don't think she'll get to this one, Rosanna, though. Prince, scorer of the one goal in this game. Simona Lauda. And now Linda Bresnik. Can she score the second goal in this game? She'll go for goal. And the one who gave away the penalty nearly got the second decisive one for the Germans. Christian, what an exciting talent she is. Oh, she's done brilliantly there, but there's a German wall in the way. And Lingo and Prince combine. Sylvia now in discussion with Renata Linger on the touchline, making sure she's okay, because she's had a couple of cracks on her shin, but she's all right. Wants to stay on now. There's Germany press, and they haven't done much pressing since they got their one goal from Birgit Prinz, well set up by Sandra Smisek. Is it to be the only goal of this final? 76 minutes played. Germany 1, Brazil 0. And Lingo. And Lauda coming very much into this match. Beyond the reach of Christian. At the moment, the Brazilians, who've become everybody's favourites here from the panache and style with which they've won their matches, are missing out. Remember, they brought a 100% record into this final, and Formiga wants to keep that going. It nearly got through as far as Marta. Hinks just manages to curb her intentions, but it's away as far as Elena now. Free kick. And there'll be more and more of those. We've had a lot in the last few minutes. We're up to 33 now. Germany having given away 15 of them. Brazil 18. Discussions going on here as to what to do with this one. All they know is they've got to find a goal. And Daniela chips it in there. Christian knows it back. It's Marta, and she's wasted her opportunity. A well-constructed free kick too. She's still waiting for that break today. She's not been unsettled by her penalty miss, far from it. But it's going against Brazil right now as Sylvia Knight prepares to bring on Fatmira Bayramai, who's another wide player and very quick, who could capitalise on a breakaway, which is what the Germans are trying to do right now. That's the ploy. Here goes Rosanna. Picked up by Prince, takes it again from Smisek, and is sent tumbling by Tanya. As Bayramai comes on in place of Smisek. Well, she's done her job, Sandra Smisek, and accepts the decision. So the Kosovan-born Bayramai, who said before this World Cup she'd have been happy with just a couple of outings, just to say she'd played, but she's in fact been a key figure for the Germans. Nice story about Fatmira Bayramai from Duisburg. They say born in Kosovo. Her father didn't like her playing football and let her know. And it wasn't until she was playing for Germany that he suddenly realised how good she was, and now he's become her biggest fan. Well read by Kran, who just belts it to the other end of the field. Gathered in by Angerer. And they'll start again with just 10 minutes to find a goal, otherwise the World Cup is going back where it came from, to Germany. Maicon. Tanya. Marta, and she's looking to wriggle away beyond the full-back Stegemann. Stegemann is a redoubtable foe, though. And Brazil make another switch. Striker Pratina, who got the winner in the last of the group matches against Denmark, replaces Tanya now. With just these 10 minutes left for Brazil to rescue this situation. So can Pratina be the hero once more? Or is it going to be Germany's cup for the second World Cup running? Marta juggles and then gives. Offsides given against Pratina. I don't think she knows it yet, but that flag has been raised. Clock is ticking down now. We know there are 9 minutes of normal time and the 90 minutes remaining. Brazil continue to play some sumptuous football at times, and here goes Daniela, and maybe the crowd wouldn't mind an extra 30 minutes. That's what they should have had with that penalty kick. And they'll just keep on coming, and Formiga will play a defence-splitting ball over there. Can Rosanna get to this? No, she can't. Well-intentioned pass too. A bit of a roar here. Garfrekis, well, she can't get beyond Maicon. Well, I suppose it would be fitting in many ways if Birgit Prinz, one of the greatest women footballers of all time, were to strike the decisive goal in this third Women's World Cup final. She's the first to play in 3. She was the youngest finalist back in 1995. And she still is, by the way, the youngest finalist ever. And she's got the one decisive goal today, which is taking the cup to Germany again. Christine tries to push Lingard out of the way, gets the free kick. They'll have to retreat a yard or two. It's on the halfway line, according to the Australian official. And Brazil will seek to stretch the Germans here. There look to be so many white shirts back there. They've got to try to find a way through somehow. Maicon will get another free kick, but they've only gained about 5 yards in doing so. Put out quickly. Rosanna's way. Well, they defend might and main, and the magnificent Stegemann is not to be beaten. Not to be denied a second gold medal. Marta, the crowd roars in anticipation and in hope. Pratina, oh, she's given offside. The crowd don't like that. Close call. Still only the single goal separates these two fine sides. They've definitely been the two most stylish teams in the competition, plundering 37 goals between them. Maicon wriggles her way through to try and supply Daniela, but here goes Muller. And with Muller and Bayramay on now, there is some real pace in this German attack. They only need to hold out for another 6 minutes and the cup will be theirs again. Germany, the most redoubtable of footballing nations. Hingst gets it up to Prinz. Prinz to run at them here and keeps going, and now it's Bayramai, and this is her chance to impress as she takes on the fullback and wins the corner off Elena. Well, they've obviously got the smiles that tell you they believe Germany is about to win its second Women's World Cup in consecutive attempts. And look at the fans here. Nobody will have left the stadium, the Hongkou Stadium in Shanghai, that is for certain. China loves its football. They hope to get a Men's World Cup here one year. Germany, though, has a corner, and if this one finds a goal, then I reckon the cup is theirs. Lingo with the kick. Left plenty up here, and the header is good! And Germany, for sure, are going to win the World Cup now. And it's Simone Lauder, the 21-year-old who only made her debut 2 months ago against Denmark, who looks to have won the World Cup for Germany. The Brazilians are crestfallen. Perfectly placed corner kick. In she goes. The header is too strong for Andrea, and Germany leads by 2-0. And Simone Lauder has just written her name into German folklore. She played in the under-19s in Thailand 3 years ago. Here goes Patina for Brazil. They won't lie down, that's for sure. But this has been a story of the young ones. There goes Marta now, gallantly trying to find something, and gets a free kick. Kran's complaining that she got kicked by Patina. Simone Lauder on 86 minutes gives Germany a golden opportunity of retaining the World Cup and becoming the first nation ever to do so. With her first goal of the World Cup. What a time to get it. 4 minutes from the end of the final. Well, you don't write those sort of scripts. Made a debut 2 months ago against Denmark. Has played in every one of the World Cup final matches but one when she was suspended. That was the Japanese game, and now comes up with a headed goal to give Germany a 2-goal lead. Can Brazil hit back here? Ooh, didn't miss by a great deal, I don't think, there, from the boot of Daniela. Well, Chinese fans mingling with German fans, mingling with Brazilian fans. It's all great for the name of football. And a belated appearance for striker Katia as the captain Alina comes off. But you feel it's going to be too late for Brazil now. And that Germany, who had to rely on a golden goal 4 years ago, are not going to have to rely on anything like that this time. Katia, who plays in France with Lyon, 30 years of age. She and the others out there in the canary yellow have 2 minutes plus whatever is added to find 2 goals to take the match into extra time. Free kick against Daniela here, who has already been booked in this match. Treatment will be required by Martina Muller. And, the referee, I hope, is just going to have a quiet word with Daniela there and not take any action. No player has ever been sent off in a World Cup final. Not the Women's World Cup final, of course. Zinedine Zidane, I seem to remember, 12 months ago, got his marching orders in the Men's World Cup final in Berlin. Now this is a very happy day for the Germans, who have scored an astonishing 21 goals without reply now. And Simone Lauder is down on the touchline and getting a slap on the back from her coach as well. A real well done as Muller goes off for the moment. .111 goals have been scored over the past month here in China, but Simone Lauder's goal was the most important of the lot, I think. Katia for Brazil tries to cut it through the middle of the German defence, and Nadine Angerer will just hit this one out. Still, she's kept her goal intact as we come towards 90 minutes played, with probably 3 or 4 minutes to be added on. Elena, up it goes, and out it will come to Rosanna, and through to Angerer. She's not going to give that record away now, is she? She hopes not. 4 minutes to go, 4 minutes separate us from a German triumph. Their scenes of ecstasy will be matched by those of despair for the Brazilians, who've been so good in the lead up to this final. But the missed penalty by Marta, of all people, has been absolutely crucial. Just at a time when it would have got the match back at 1-1. With 20 minutes still to play. It was not to be, and that girl there, Simona Lauda, has got her name up in lights. And she'll certainly struggle on through the last 4 minutes. Up it goes again. Prinz will come, and the header from Gafrekis in the end. Straight through to Andrea, the Brazilian goalkeeper, who's no option but to hit it long into the other half of the field. Brazil certainly have had their chances in this game. And Marta will pick the ball up here. She'll find Daniela. And Daniela's weaving beyond 1 and beyond 2. And still going. Hacked away by Breznik, who must be so thrilled. It was her tackle which gave away the penalty. Now Bayramai for Germany. Foiled by Elena, who sets off in the opposite direction. And promptly. Good running from Elena. She's had a great World Cup here as well. Down she goes under the challenge of Gafrekis. Another has been booked in this match. And if Brazil are going to get a goal, they're going to have to do it pretty smartly. 2 minutes of added time left. Daniela may well just thump this one in at Angerer and hope for the best. It's probably their best chance, and it is thumped in at Angerer, straight where she wanted it, into her arms. Well, somehow you got the feeling this was not to be Brazil's day when Daniela's shot cannoned out off the inside of an upright in the first half. Marta's penalty miss confirmed that suspicion. Prinz, can she power on here? Well, she'll pick herself up to get the ball. Now she'll go down, and the free kick is awarded against Renata Costa. Germany are 90 seconds away from being jubilant yet again, from proving that they are so formidable when it comes to cup finals. It's the identical scoreline, except in reverse to the one from the Men's World Cup final. Almost a goal for Muller there. Yes, in 2002 in Japan it was Brazil 2, Germany 0. Today it is Germany 2, Brazil 0. So they feel a little bit of the balance has been redressed. Stegemann just to hit it up into the other half of the field. We're in the last minute of the time added on here by Tammy Oxton. Elena. The Germans are raising their arms because the final whistle has gone and the Brazilians head bowed. Troop away disconsolate. Sylvia Nide's German troops have triumphed again here in Shanghai, and they become the first team in history to retain the Women's World Cup. And who can deny a side that scored 21 times and did not concede a single goal? There's a handshake from Sylvia Nide for Jorge Barcelos, but out on the field there the coach joins in. And all the joys with the Germans, all the miseries with the Brazilians, and particularly the World Footballer of the Year, Marta, whose penalty kick miss was seminal in this match. An equalising goal then, and we would have had a game as it was to be. Brazil conceded again to the 21-year-old Simona Lauda's header, and 4 minutes from time, Germany knew they were going to be victorious. And the other hero is in there, Nadine Angerer, the goalkeeper, On the occasion of her 54th cap, she kept her 6th clean sheet of this World Cup, and Germany not only become the first team to retain the crown, but the first team ever to do so without conceding a single goal. 619 minutes they've gone since they last conceded. And it's been an extraordinary performance. Consolation for the Brazilians, but there is no consolation when you lose a World Cup final. And Germany, triumphant in 2003, a triumphant once more in 2007. And there can be no blame attached to Marta. It was a weak penalty kick that she took, saved by Angerer, but somehow you felt there were forces at work there. And the forces that have really worked here in China are those of Germany, who've won the World Cup by 2-0 against Brazil.
Marta, o Brasil não ganhou, é óbvio que fica uma tristeza, mas foi um caminho percorrido com muitas conquistas, né?
Olha, é difícil de falar nessa hora, né? Porque a gente estava vindo de vitórias e mais vitórias, mostrando, né, um futebol brilhante. Hoje jogamos bem, mas infelizmente não fomos felizes nas finalizações, né? Bolas na trave. Eu fui muito infeliz na cobrança do pênalti. É assim mesmo, não era o nosso dia, é levantar a cabeça aí e continuar trabalhando aí, pensando já nas Olimpíadas, pra gente voltar aí, repetir o trabalho que a gente fez nesse Mundial aí e, consequentemente, buscar essa medalha.
Na Olímpica, agora final de Copa do Mundo, o Brasil está se acostumando a estar nesse lugar, nessa situação.
Olha, o Brasil está se acostumando, né? Mas espero que da próxima vez seja diferente. A gente está se acostumando e está ficando em segundo, sempre. Tomara que da próxima vez a gente mude isso aí. Agora é levantar a cabeça e continuar trabalhando.
E no jogo, talvez aproveitar melhor aquelas chances ali no primeiro tempo. A equipe voltou um pouquinho apática para o segundo tempo, né? O que aconteceu?
Olha, poxa, eu estava sentindo, na verdade, que a gente estava um pouco calada. O outro jogo a gente estava falando mais, incentivando mais. Não sei, as bolas começaram a sair rápido no primeiro tempo, acho que se abalou um pouco a equipe. No segundo tempo voltamos praticamente da mesma forma. Mas futebol é isso, né? Se ganha em detalhes, e elas ganharam nos detalhes e nos erros da gente.
Obrigado, Marta. Parabéns.
Zwei ganz glückliche Gesichter. Gratulation erstmal. Die erste Mannschaft überhaupt, die Titel verteidigen konnte, zum zweiten Mal nacheinander WM-Titel. Silvia Neite, wie viele Nerven haben Sie bei diesem aufregenden, hochklassigen Spiel heute gelassen?
Ja, schon einige, aber ja, ich habe natürlich schon von Anfang an sehr viel Vertrauen zu meiner Mannschaft gehabt und ich muss sagen, wir haben wieder absolut tolle Mannschaftsleistung gezeigt, sind echt an die Grenzen gegangen, haben super füreinander gearbeitet, viele Laufwege gemacht und ja, nach vorne in der zweiten Halbzeit vor allem auch gute Akzente gesetzt. Und dann natürlich ein wichtiges Tor von Birgit. Nadine hält dann den Elfmeter und da hatte ich schon irgendwie so das Gefühl, bei dieser Weltmeisterschaft keiner ein Tor. Ist noch nicht mal Brasilien. Und dann wurde ich eigentlich gelassener, muss ich sagen.
Nadine, wann haben Sie für sich realisiert, das wird mein Tag?
Eigentlich bis zum Schluss gar nicht. Also ich habe mich überhaupt um solche Fragen gar nicht gekümmert. Bin einfach im Spiel und dachte, ich will gewinnen, egal wie. Und dann ja, hat es geklappt.
Wie viel Spaß hat das gemacht, heute Teil eines solchen Endspiels gewesen zu sein?
Ja, hat natürlich viel Spaß gemacht, aber wir haben das die ganze Woche, die ganzen letzten paar Tage schon gemacht. Wir waren immer zusammen, als ich beim DVD von Shoppen und wir haben alle, könnte nicht schon das Endspiel einen Tag vorher sein. Also alle waren schon total heiß auf das Spiel und heute haben wir es, glaube ich, bewiesen, dass wir zu Recht wieder Weltmeister geworden sind.
Wir waren natürlich auch fasziniert von den Einzelleistungen von Marta und anderen Spielerinnen. War das für Sie vielleicht jetzt wirklich das beste Spiel, was wir je gesehen haben? Wir haben immer vom Halbfinale von vor 4 Jahren gesprochen.
Ja, also für uns war das natürlich ein Spiel, wo wir sehr darauf bedacht waren, und sich nicht entfalten zu lassen. Von daher ja, mussten wir gut stehen. Wir haben aber das sehr gut gemacht. Wir haben sie oft nach außen gelenkt und wenn sie ihr Dribbling angesetzt hat und einer hat es nicht geschafft, war sofort die nächste da. Und das war der Plan von uns. Wir haben schon viel besser gespielt, auch nach vorne. Aber wir mussten uns heute eben darauf beschränken, deren Spielfreude kaputt zu machen mit unheimlich viel Laufarbeit. Und das ist uns geglückt. Und das ist mir ehrlich gesagt total egal, ob das jetzt das schönste Spiel war oder nicht. Auf jeden Fall ist es total schön, wieder zum zweiten Mal Weltmeister zu sein.
Wir hatten viel Freude. Vielen Dank. Sie müssen zur Siegerehrung. Bis später.
It was a cuddle for Birgit Prinz who will have the honour of being handed the trophy and of lifting it on behalf of her nation. One of the greatest footballers in women's history at 29 years of age. She also won the silver ball here. She scored 5 of the goals along the way. Look at the looks on the faces. They say, give us the cup, give us the World Cup. Germany win it in 2007, just as they did in 2003. It's a sparkling moment, and it's a terrific send-off here. They have been sparkling in accumulating an astonishing 21 goals. They haven't even let one in, and they have that golden prize once again. They have $1 million to go with it this time. It's a cascade of gold here in Shanghai. What scenes, what fantastic, memorable scenes here as the Women's World Cup just gets better and better. And for Germany, well, you could say exactly the same. They're the first team in history to keep the crown.